WCAU-TV Philadelphia. Now, Larry Kane, Diane Allen, Herb Clark Weather, Ron Burke Sports. This is Channel 10 News.
Good evening. I'm Diane Allen.
And I'm Larry Kane.
Our top story tonight, where can women turn for help? Help from men who threaten and abuse them. 2 women are dead tonight because they didn't get enough help, because the law failed to protect them. One of them a Philadelphia police officer. Officer Miriam Phelps shot 5 times this morning during a domestic dispute with her former boyfriend. At this hour, the search continues for the suspect, Tyrone Holloway. Police say Officer Phelps had trouble with Holloway in the past and had gotten a temporary restraining order to keep him away from her. And inside this home in North Philadelphia today, 41-year-old Linda Richardson was apparently shot to death by her common-law husband, 53-year-old Robert Williams. He then turned the gun on himself. Richardson had also gone to court to get a restraining order, seeking to keep Williams away.
In Pennsylvania, the only legal means a woman has in protecting herself from an abusive spouse or boyfriend is a restraining order. But as Channel 10's Jane Robelo found out tonight, authorities say that in some cases, it's only as good as the paper it's written on.
Officer Miriam Phelps used the only legal means she could to keep Tyrone Holloway away from her and her 5-year-old daughter, the protection from abuse order, but it couldn't save her.
If they're bent on killing you, the protection from abuse petition won't save the victim.
Because it's only a piece of paper and it's only as good as the abuser if he fears that.
If the person is lying in wait someplace and has his mind set on mischief or death, there's very little that a person can do by saying, for example, well, I have this protection from abuse petition.
There is a shelter available for women to run to if they feel their lives are in jeopardy. But Evelyn Hope says it's not enough. There are 45,000 cases of spouse abuse each year in Philadelphia and room for only 61 people in this shelter.
What would you like to see done in Pennsylvania?
I'd like to see the court mandate counseling for the batterers that are convicted of these crimes.
My office has embarked on a new program to try to identify ways in which we can deal with the abusive spouse, and that includes the hiring of a psychologist or a social worker.
In the meantime, the best advice for abused women is
be prepared to leave. Find out what resources are out there. Use our hotline.
Jane Robelo, Channel 10 News.
If you are a victim of abuse, there is help. You can start by calling Women Against Abuse at 215-386-7777. It's a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week hotline for battered women seeking help.
The roller coaster ride of emotions continues tonight for the Norristown family of hostage Joseph Sicipio. A picture of Sicipio was released today, but with it, new demands dashing hopes his possible release was near. This is the photo released today, actually a reproduction of a picture released 2 years ago. A note with the picture said no Western hostages would be freed until Israel releases 20 more Lebanese hostages. Tonight in Norristown, Sicipio's brother Tom keeps the vigil for his brother and the rest of the hostages. They keep hope, but tonight Joseph Sicipio is no closer to home. And neither is this hostage, Jack Mann, seen here before his capture. Sources close to the kidnappers say the 77-year-old British hostage would be the next released. Earlier today, they even said that release was hours away, but Mann, who is the oldest hostage and reportedly in failing health, remains in captivity tonight.
The disappointing news on the hostage front comes as the U.S. forces continue to prepare for a possible return to Iraq. Here at Langley Air Force Base in Virginia, they're on alert, ready to go back to the Gulf on a minute's notice. President Bush has threatened to come down hard on Saddam Hussein if the dictator doesn't allow UN inspectors free access to his country. Late today in Los Angeles, President Bush, who met with city construction workers, said he's not talking about a massive troop movement, just enough air power to ensure safe passage for the UN investigative team. The president said Hussein must comply, and he's sure that other countries will back the U.S. position. Well, the big test comes tomorrow when a team of 13 UN inspectors goes to Iraq to search for biological and nuclear weapons. UN officials say that Iraq has repeatedly failed to cooperate and has lied to the UN. One investigator claims that warning shots were fired at his group the last time they tried to check an Iraqi nuclear site.
I want to tell you tonight that a wild scene is unfolding, and it's happening right now in University City, where authorities are cracking down on underage drinking. Let's go quickly to Channel 10's Art Fennell, standing by live on the campus of the University of Pennsylvania. Arthur?
Well, Larry, right now we're at the Track and Turf Tavern. That's where it all happened. That's at 4202 Chester Avenue. The State Police Bureau of License Control Enforcement, Liquor Control Enforcement, went in just moments ago. Here's some of the video. They have found 24 people inside that were underage drinking. They are issuing out citations as we speak. They will be charged with underage drinking that carries a fine of up to $350, plus their driver's license could be suspended for up to 90 days. They say that this is a particularly intense time of the year for them, the State Police Bureau of Liquor Control Inspection says, because this is their hottest period. So they are sending notice that they will be on the lookout throughout the three-county area, and they will be busting more places like the Track and Turf Tavern as they see fit. Reporting live in University City, I'm Arthur Fennell for the Channel 10 News. Larry, Diane.
Thank you, Art.
Tonight, 3 people were injured when a Radnor Township police cruiser and another car collided. A Channel 10 News watcher took these pictures shortly after the crash. It happened near the intersection of Church and Brook Roads in Wayne. The injured Radnor police officer was Robert Castaldi. There was also a woman and her 11-year-old son injured. We just checked, and all 3 have been treated and released from Bryn Mawr Hospital. No word yet on what caused that collision. Tonight, Philadelphia police have in custody a suspect who today tried to rob this Providence bank in the city's Juniata Park section. Police believe that the suspect, 28-year-old Gregory Riley, may be connected to other heists.
And it's hoped that we probably will charge him with several of the banks that have been robbed in the area along the L, East Division and Central. Could possibly go up to much as a dozen of these banks.
And tonight, FBI agents made 2 more arrests of suspects wanted in connection with the bank and armored car holdups that have plagued Philadelphia this year.
Rape charges are still pending tonight against 4 men charged with assaulting a co-ed inside a Temple University campus frat house. The alleged attack took place inside the Alpha Phi Delta frat house last Thursday. One fraternity member and a former member have already been charged with raping the co-ed on a pool table. The other suspects then allegedly assaulted the woman when she fled to a dark room to put her clothing on. That same fraternity is under fire tonight on the campus of Glassboro State University. As Channel 10's Dennis Woltering reports, it's a frat house outrage, but the brothers say they meant no harm.
Students in Glassboro State's Activity Center tonight are condemning this flyer publicizing Rush at Alpha Phi Delta as sexist, repulsive.
I'm appalled that this is on our campus. This is disgusting.
But some people at Alpha Phi Delta's Rush tonight disagree.
Beautiful, beautiful. It's just, you know, an eye catcher.
Just a week after a woman was allegedly gang raped at the Temple chapter of Alpha Phi Delta, this flyer at Glassboro State shows a nude woman on her back saying purple, the frat color, turns her on.
Apparently they're saying that the girl wasn't raped, she wanted it.
I think it says fraternity is a bunch of pigs.
Is that appropriate?
No, it's not appropriate.
It was hard to find one of the flyers on campus tonight. Students who were offended by it say they ripped them off the walls. And members of Alpha Phi Delta say they were contacted today by the Dean of Students.
Well, basically, he reprimanded us for it. And really, the only other thing he did was just suggested that we should apologize to those we offended.
Joe Bogart, the frat vice president, says Alpha Phi Delta will make a public apology and admits the flyer was partly his idea.
As in, it wasn't intended to degrade women in any way, shape, or form. It was just basically the old idea that sex sells, really.
But as the frat called off its planned rush party tonight, some students who want to be members don't understand the problem.
It's a joke.
At Glassboro State, Dennis Woltering, Channel 10 News.
An escalating war of words tonight in the case of a local doctor who tested HIV positive for the AIDS virus. An attorney for the unidentified orthopedic surgeon has blasted Mercy Catholic Medical Center for notifying the surgeon's patients.
There's absolutely no evidence to suggest that my client has even remotely been the source of HIV transmission.
It was also learned today that the HIV-infected doctor is on the staff of Graduate Hospital. Officials there say not all of the surgeon's patients at Graduate will be notified, only those considered at extremely high risk of infection. Federal health officials tonight calling for widespread AIDS testing for hospital patients. The Center for Disease Control say that such tests would be taken only with the consent of a patient.
On the Channel 10 Health Watch tonight, infant mortality in the U.S. has dropped to the lowest rate ever. New figures out tonight show the mortality rate has dropped to 10 per 1,000 births, but there is also this disturbing figure. The death rate for African-American infants is more than double that of whites. Another government report shows a serious health risk for America's fastest-growing minority. 1/3 of the nation's Hispanics have no health insurance, twice the national rate. Officials say Hispanics are victims of the low-paying farm and service jobs available to many of them. Children in Philadelphia can get measles shots for free or reduced cost starting this weekend. Officials want to prevent more deaths. Measles killed 9 area children last year. Now you can get free shots at 24 locations during National Immunization Week. Call the health department for more information in Philadelphia and throughout the area. And that is tonight's Channel 10 Health Watch.
In world news tonight, more than 30 people are recovering from injuries in an emergency landing of a jumbo jet in Tokyo. Take a look at the left engine. There it is on fire. As the 747 bound for New York turned around, came back in. Now, the passengers who escaped down those chutes were covered with white firefighting foam. And police in Tunisia surrounded an Italian airliner after a hijack attempt today. They arrested an unarmed Tunisian who falsely claimed he had a bomb. He had threatened to blow up the plane with 137 people aboard. No motive given, and nobody was hurt. And would you believe Fidel Castro testifying in an American court? The lawyer at Manuel Noriega's trial in Miami says a deal is being made to have the Cuban leader speak by videotape and help Noriega's defense. Prosecutors say Castro mediated a 1984 meeting between the Panamanian dictator and Colombian drug lord.
The question of the hour tonight in the Garden State. Has anyone won the big Pick 6 jackpot? Lottery players lined up here in Robbinsville and across New Jersey today, buying tickets for the record $28 million up for grab in tonight's drawing. And here they are, the winning numbers. Get out your tickets. 13, 14, 22, 27, 29, and 44. No word tonight on whether there are any winners, but we'll certainly find out from the state lottery officials sometime tomorrow morning. Good luck.
All right, still ahead tonight. We'll tell you why Merv Griffin is pining away over plans to knock down some big trees.
It's a real-life courtroom drama that spills violently into a city street.
And the hotel queen goes public again and says, I didn't do it. Those stories and Herb Clark's Friday forecast.
He's a cool guy as the Channel 10 News continues tonight.
He did it.
Happy trails to you till we meet again.
It's Big Saturday this Saturday at Strawbridge and Clothier. Save 50% on Seiko Quartz watches. Men's and women's dress watches 50% off this Saturday at Big Saturday.
The answer, Choice Seating Gallery. First, make your choice from over 400 styles. Then, put the fabric of your choice on the style of your choice and get delivery in just 35 days.
When you see news, call 1-800-TIP-WCAU. Shoot it with your home video camera and call 1-800-TIP-WCAU.
We challenge you to find a Nissan interrupts this commercial to bring you another. It's Nissan's clearance. Get Maxima, the #1 selling import in its class, with unprecedented dealer incentives. So now Nissan gives you more car for the money, and for that matter, more commercial. Now back to your regularly scheduled commercial. Challenge isn't which car to buy, it's which Nissan. See your dealer's newspaper ads for special clearance values.
This is a worst-case situation. A custody court fight in Alabama turned into a street battle, leaving 2 people dead and 2 others wounded. This was the scene outside the Huntsville, Alabama courthouse. Police say a father shot his children's grandparents after a judge awarded the couple custody. A distraught brother of the alleged shooter blamed the judge.
Battle for this. Thank Judge Battle for this.
Police also had a gun battle with the father who was captured and is critically wounded. The names of the victims killed in the shootout have not yet been released.
In New York, a man convicted of committing the worst arson case in history was handed the maximum sentence. He's Julio Gonzalez, and he was found guilty of setting a fire to that Happy Land social club last year. It killed 87 people. Gonzalez received 25 years to life in prison. And 2 people dead tonight after the crash of a Canadian cargo plane in Vermont. The remains of the plane discovered early this morning in the town of Belvedere. Wreckage was scattered over a 2-mile-wide area. It's believed the plane went down in fog and heavy rain.
Heavy weather brings flooding and hardship to West Texas tonight. Lubbock, Texas was very hard hit. 6.5 inches of rain falling in just a few hours. Homes, businesses, and streets were flooded. The water has subsided now, and they're digging out at this hour, but damage is said to be extensive. And a fire burning out of control in the Trinity National Forest in Shasta County, California. More than 1,000 firefighters have been working for more than 24 hours to contain the blaze that's destroyed 1 house in the remote Northern California forest. Hundreds of people have been evacuated late tonight.
Entertainer and Atlantic City casino owner Merv Griffin tops people making the news tonight. Seems Merv is pining away. He wants to cut down over 100 pine trees on some California property he wants to subdivide. But before he takes out the chainsaw, he needs the city's permission. That's tough. And hotel queen Leona Helmsley continues to lament her tax evasion conviction. So today she appeared with her attorney, Alan Dershowitz, to demand a new trial on the grounds that the IRS has not completed an audit of her tax returns. Dershowitz says the audit's not expected to be done until 1995.
Still ahead tonight, it's a lifetime dream come true for a die-hard Phillies fan. Her story is coming up.
And Herb, talk about a cool change.
Oh, wasn't it though? I'll tell you, it's great. We've got rain now. The heavy rain should be ending in an hour or so, and some glorious
almost November-style day is coming on. I'll have it in a minute.
Introducing a car so intelligently engineered, its elegance and grace can be measured along these lines or graded on a curve. The 1992 Oldsmobile 88 Royale, beautifully redefined and nimble enough to prove that a straight line isn't always the best way to get from point A to point B. Oldsmobile, the power of intelligent engineering.
Over the years, women have been portrayed like this, or like this, like this, or like this, like this, or like this. While there are many stereotypes of women, there aren't many women who fit them. A simple truth, known by all women, most men, and one lingerie company.
It was truly a dream come true tonight for a die-hard Phillies fan.
Oh, say, can you see?
That's Deborah Sullivan of Center City singing the national anthem at the Vet tonight. She's been asking the Phils for her chance for years. Well, tonight, she finally got it.
At the twilight's last gleaming.
Good
She
for
was
her.
great. When you consider they asked people like Roseanne Barr to sing this, that woman was spectacular.
Way to go, Deborah Sullivan and Herb Clark.
The toughest song in the world to sing, and she did beautifully with it. How about 58 degrees? It went to 57 a little earlier this evening. 83, a little after 11 o'clock this morning, and a few minutes later the cold front roared through, and we suddenly changed seasons. A little early, but the cool weather's here to stay for a little while. Well, the heavier stuff, we are right under here. Just about there is Philadelphia. The steady rain should end about midnight or a little bit after. We still have the chance for some scattered showers overnight tonight, but the good news is that we get the clearing skies by morning or thereabouts, partially clearing anyway, and a good bit of northwesterly and northerly breezes. I have to warn you, though, out in Valentine, Nebraska, which is right about there, it was 17 degrees this morning. From there, we're going to be drawing our cool breezes for the next few days. On our local map, the cold front goes on through. This is what we think in the morning. What's left of the cold front will move continually on offshore. We'll be partly sunny with that northwesterly breeze. Not a lot of breeze, but cold air supplying that over the next few days, pushing the rain, the stickiness, and the humidity. Oh, it's good riddance, isn't it? That all goes well to the south, and we've got nothing but fair skies, or mostly for the next several days. Now, check out some out-of-season temperatures. 45 degrees in the Poconos. We'll be in the 40s later on this weekend. 54, your high tomorrow up that way, about 60 degrees. The Lehigh Valley, 65 in Delaware. South Jersey around 64, and at the shore, 65. What a sharp change all of a sudden. What are we in for tonight? Showers, chance of showers on through most of the night, cloudy and cool. 50 degrees to about 55 in Center City. You'll feel it in the morning, certainly, if you haven't already. Partly sunny and cool tomorrow, 62 to 65 degrees. Now the good part, it keeps coming. On Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, holding cool. Well, it starts to warm a little the beginning of next week, but under 70 on through the weekend, bright and sunny, and watch the grass turn green again after this rain and cool.
Thanks, Herb. Coming up next, grab your partner, do-si-do. It's a square dance story, don't you know? That's what they say next.
Yeehaw!
3/4 now. Spin the windmill, girls go right.
In Japan, where the luxury performance sedan has been revolutionized by Lexus and Infiniti, a new luxury performance sedan has just won Japan's highest honor. Introducing the new Diamante from Mitsubishi, Japan's car of the year. Mitsubishi. The word is getting around.
The Chesapeake Bay Seafood House Alaskan Crab Feast in a can. Enjoy it anytime. Perfect for cooking out or for cooking in. Only from Chesapeake Bay Seafood House. Strawbridge and Clothier's men's sale. Save 25% on everything to dress you from head to toe. The best names, the best prices. The men's sale at Strawbridge and Clothier.
1, 2, 3, 4.
When you go to Atlantic City, go for the good times. Go to Showboat Casino Hotel.
I did my part.
Do yours. Johnny Dawkins is back.
Sun up, sun down, driving in or out of town. Top looks great, right, driving comfort inside. Off-road, on-road, taking care of any load. Full-time driving front, you know you've always wanted one. There's only one Jeep, only one Jeep.
Get the advantage at your local Jeep and Eagle dealer.
Imagine the odds on this. The staff of maternity ward in Wichita, Kansas found themselves seeing double. 4 sets of twins were born at HCA Wesley Medical Center during a 24-hour period that ended late Tuesday. All are reported in stable condition tonight. Are the Phillies in stable condition? We need a good season-ending finale here. What's going on, Ron?
They're not in critical condition right now, but they're not in excellent condition. I think stable is a good word, as the Phillies and Expos hooked up tonight at the event. This game delayed about an hour, 15 minutes because of rain that attacked Veterans Stadium, but they then got things underway. In the 4th inning, Delino DeShields of Seaford, Delaware, knocks home a run off Andy Ashby. It's 4-1 Montreal. Then Dale Murphy, watch this fine defensive play. Spiko in at short, flips to DeShields. Wow. Double play. 6th inning, though, Phillies come back. Kruk golfs a 2-run homer to right. The Phillies within a run at 4-3. In the 6th, Charlie Hayes, a solo homer to left. They're currently in the 8th, and they're tied at 4 apiece. Now, the West Division leading Dodgers in action at home against the Houston Astros. Dodgers by a half game over the Braves coming in. Tommy Lasorda's team looking to extend it to a game. Got off to a good start. 1st inning, Darryl Strawberry's 2-run homer. His 25th gives L.A. a 2-0 lead. A lot of full seats out there, huh? Kevin Gross on the mound. First win as a starter since May 25th. Beautiful day at Dodger Stadium, and the Dodgers made it worth the visit. Lenny Harris, a 2-run homer in the 3rd. Dodgers on their way, but let me show you the best catch of the afternoon. This fan alongside the right field fence. Yeah, that's why you carry a glove to the game. As we check the National League board, you see the Dodgers win at 4-3. They do lead right now by a game because Atlanta is playing San Diego and losing to the Padres 1-0 in the 4th. Elsewhere, Pittsburgh beats St. Louis. The Mets game canceled. San Francisco beats Cincinnati 4-1. In the American, California trying to get a sweep in Texas, and Seattle is leading Kansas City 1-0 in the 4th. The newest Eagle that got in some on-the-job training this afternoon, wide receiver Roy Green on the right with Mickey Schuler, the tight end. Looking over the Eagles playbook, Green acquired yesterday to replace Calvin Williams. The former Redbird now becomes a Greenbird.
Well, I'm glad to be in that green. You know, everything that's happened in the past, you know, that's where it is. It's in the past. It doesn't matter, you know. Right now I'm looking forward to Pittsburgh and the remainder of the season, hopefully contribute to getting the Eagles to the playoff and maybe to the big one. You know, they have a game to get ready for. They can't stop everything to get me ready. But hopefully the fact that I've been around for quite some time and I can relate what they're doing to some things I've done in the past, it'll make it easier for me.
All right, finally in sports, Flyers at home tonight for the first time in their exhibition season, taking on the New Jersey Devils at the Spectrum. First period, Mark Peterson on the power play. 4.5 minutes into the game, Flyers take a 1-0 lead. Then just 36 seconds later, Brad Jones, still on the power play, beats Alan Chevrier to give the Flyers a 2-0 lead. It became 3-0 after one as Murray Craven would net the Flyers' 3rd goal. They led by 3 after a period. They win it 5-3 over the New Jersey Devils. Flyers now 2-3, Larry and Diane, on the exhibition
I keep
season.
thinking about how they almost went to New Jersey. Could have been New Jersey versus New Jersey.
That would have been interesting.
Never happened.
Thanks, Ron.
Thanks,
Okay.
Ronnie. Finally tonight, it's okay to be a square when you enjoy doing this.
2, 3, and 4. When you get the men back in the middle, the men swing.
That's tried at square dancing, and hundreds were twirling their partners at the Cherry Hill Hyatt tonight. That's where the Delaware Valley Square Dance Federation is holding its annual convention.
Star through. Are you home? Side 2. Walk to the middle and back now. Fan the top girl left in the...
You're a big square dancer, aren't you?
I don't know about a big square dancer. I love to do it. Yeah, I think it's fun.
That's the Channel 10 News.
You've never done it, have you?
No.
Good night, everybody. I can tell.
We challenge you to find Nissan interrupts this commercial to bring you another. It's Nissan's clearance. Get Stanza, which holds its value better than Camry and is priced hundreds less than Accord at even greater savings. So now Nissan gives you more car for the money, and for that matter, more commercial. Now back to your regularly scheduled commercial. Challenge isn't which car to buy, it's which Nissan. See your dealer's newspaper ads for special clearance values.
Hey, nice suit. Expensive?
Not at Burlington Coat Factory.
Designer dress. Cost a lot?
Not at Burlington Coat Factory.
Wow, great outfits. Cost your mom plenty?
Not at Burlington Coat Factory.
But why do they call it Burlington Coat Factory?
Because they have more of these than anybody.
Besides, ever try to say Burlington ladies, men's, kids, suits, shirts, sportswear, linens, dresses, furs, slacks, Coat Factory?
Your response to ShopRite's Locked-In Savings program has been incredible. So we've made Locked-In Savings even better. With Locked-In Savings for 90 days or more on hundreds of new items. So you can save more on the items you need most from now throughout the fall. ShopRite keeps doing more and more to save you more. Check our ads, shop our stores, and prove it to yourself.
We save you money.
More money.
ShopRite does it right.
From the day they married, he promised to love her always. But some promises...
Well, I didn't want any of this.
...were never meant to be kept.
You can't leave us.
He abandoned them in poverty.
So what are we going to do now?
But her will to survive
I am going to take back my life.
led her on a desperate search,
He is out there.
which lasted 17 years.
That's him.
Donna Mills, Jack Scalia,
Are you sure that it's Daddy?
Runaway Father, Sunday.
As the men run right around that girl, Ferris wheel. Spread, you make 2 lines, and you touch 1 quarter now. Checkmate all the way around there now. As couples,